and change the font color to white. And then let's see, let's go ahead and let's just set the row. So let's do a document from reference again, set that as users. We're gonna go, let's see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I put that in the wrong spot. Whoops. Dang it. Okay, sorry. I dropped that into the wrong spot, so I actually need to grab this container and cut that. And I need to put it into this stack within the page view. That's where it belongs, so paste it into that stack. There we go. And bring it, oh, not that far down. About right there should do fine. Okay, so that's good to go now. So now going back to what I was doing, this row, document from reference, I'm going to select users. I'm going to go into my feed document. And I'm going to get the created by reference. And that way I can plug this user's name in here. And I don't know exactly how TikTok does this, but I'm just going to kind of do it my own way. So do an @ sign, and then I'll do the user's display name. Okay. And then I think let's go ahead and just duplicate that. That'd be the easiest thing. Do a duplicate. There we go. And let's drop that down. And I'm gonna get rid of that and set it to the description of the feed post, which let me go ahead and remove that back in query because we don't need that there. And now we can set this as the, let's see here, what did I not? I guess I didn't put content in there either. Huh, oops. Let's go over here real quick. And we're going to set the expansion to true so it'll wrap, but we are going to set a limit on how much text they can actually put into that field. And then I guess we want to do hashtags under that. So let's go to our row and duplicate again. But I'm not really going to have any spacing there, which I don't think I have that in here either. Okay, so we do want to add that. And we want that as a list. Maybe not as a list. No, I don't think we do. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do that. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it as a list for now. And then we'll set this. Now then we'll have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that as a list. Let's go back. Just set that as a string. And then we will set this text as the hashtags. and we'll allow that to wrap as well. Okay, that should be good there. Okay. So that should give us what we need. I know on TikTok they have it set up as an expandable, which would be this right here, where you can tap like a more button and this expands. But I'm not gonna go through the trouble for that right now. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. All right, so now looking down here, so this is our menu. Oops. So I do want to set the color, and I think maybe TikTok has that as black. So let's there we go. That looks a little bit better there. So this container, you can go ahead and put a row in there. And we are going to bring that in. Just do 12 on either side for now. We'll work with it in a minute. And then I think we have a home button, a friends button, like a plus button for adding, an inbox, and a profile. So we can go ahead and get those buttons knocked out real quick. So we'll do icon, and let's change that to white and change it to a home icon. And this one is okay. Let's do people. Come on now. Okay, that'll be fine. And then this would be profile. Okay. All right, so we got that taken care of. We could do labels underneath if we wanted to, in which case I would probably change how all of this is laid out. But I don't think I'm going to do labels. I'm just going to leave it like that. But I think I will change the color here to indicate which page we're on. So the home icon kind of stands out just a little bit. These others are a little bit darker. All right, so that looks pretty good. So up here, and this is where we kind of run into how did I want to shift back and forth between pages. I never really came up with an ideal solution that would be reasonably simple to implement into this tutorial for the average user without diving into custom coding. And as noted in the last tutorials for TikTok, I didn't want to use any custom coding as much as possible. Maybe a few custom functions here and there, but nothing outrageous. And if we wanted to really do something deeper with TikTok, then I could make a more specialized tutorial for that purpose, utilizing a lot more custom code to really increase the capability of your app. But again, for this app, I just wanted to give you ideas of how to make certain things happen with the widgets and things that you have available to you inside of FlutterFlow. So the solution that I'm going to utilize for having these different pages up here that are swipeable isn't ideal, but it's about the only way that I can do it while still maintaining utilizing widgets within FlutterFlow itself. So what we're going to do then is we're actually going to add a tab view. So we're actually going to get rid of this and do a couple of things here. So what I want to do then is I want to go to my top level stack, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut that completely and then add a tab bar in here. And I'm going to move this tab bar down. 45 should be adequate. And the primary background, I'm just going to set it to a dark color. And then in my first tab, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this text that's in here that's automatically placed. And then I'll click in here and paste everything that I just cut. And then this container that was going to be our app bar, we can just get rid of that. Okay. So it's not exactly like TikTok where the video goes all the way to the top of the page. The other method that I was going to use was actually applying custom code for swipe detector to swipe back and forth between pages on the video itself, which would extend the video all the way to the top, but that requires some custom coding to be able to implement that, as well as some knowledge of what your paths are to your various pages. So we're not going to do that for this tutorial again, because I kind of want to steer clear of too much custom coding. That way this tutorial can be applicable to everyone, from those that are entirely new to FlutterFlow to those that might have some more experience. We do need to adjust this since it's kind of hanging down here. Obviously, until this action is run, this button will be hidden, but it shows up right now in the preview. But I do want to adjust this some. Let's see here. Let's go back here and let's push it all the way to the top. Now let's see. So let's change this. Do it at 40. Maybe I'll do it at 30. See how that looks. Okay. All right, so that should work then. Yeah. All right, so that'll work for that. Then we need to go ahead and do some stuff with our tab bar here. We're going to leave it at the top. I'm going to make it scrollable so that it's kind of spaced closer here together. We do want to allow swiping. We're not going to keep tap state alive. And let's see, we want to change this, change it to white. And let's make it semi-bold. And as far as this is concerned, I guess we could just do white. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay. Let me collapse this. Let's see what I'm working with here. Okay. So let's get rid of the text in all of these because we don't need that. And let's see here. So for our first one, we want to, let's see. I guess we'll have this first one set as like a discover, so it'll be just kind of random videos. We'll set this one as following. And we'll do this one over here as live. Okay, that should work. Now, if we wanted to have a search option, which I don't think I'm going to go into that. Yeah, I don't think so. Mainly because I would have to set up Algolia, which I'm not going to go through that process for this tutorial. But what we could do in order to have a search icon over here to the right, and this could even be applicable if we wanted to have the live button over here to the left, just like they have on TikTok, we would actually cut this tab bar entirely and start with just the page, and then add a stack, and then add the tab bar to that stack, and in that stack we would also add an icon for live and an icon for search, which I guess I could, in theory, show how that works. I won't actually set those things up to do anything. So I'll just go ahead and do that real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So over here on my tab bar, I would just go ahead and cut that. And then to my main page here, I would add a stack. And then I would add a icon button. And go ahead and pull that down by 45. And then let me just go ahead and set it real quick here. I'm going to change this to white. And I'm going to duplicate it. Go ahead and move it all the way over and back up to the top here. And then I would change this one to a search icon, and then this one to like a, let's see what we got here. Just do that as live. And then back over here in the stack, I'd go ahead and paste my tab bar. Yeah, that was almost a problem. Let's do that. Let's do that again real quick. Yeah, that was almost bad. Okay, so let's do a stack and let's not do what I just did again. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do this. Let's not duplicate that. Yeah, let's go ahead and paste that in there before it gets all messed up here. Take that down to 45, and then do that as a live icon. And set that to white. And then let's go ahead and move this over. Move it back up. Which 45 is probably going to be too low. Let's see here. So it's actually needs to be repositioned here. So bring that to the back. Yeah, that's better. All right, and then we could just do this. Just do that to 40. And the color's actually not right, so let's change that. I mean, that's right. Oops. Okay, so you could do something like that then, where you would actually have your live button over here and your search button over here, and then you could go back into your tab bar. And let's see here. And just get rid of this entirely. There we go. So you know what, I'll use this as the live button, but I'm probably not going to apply actual search. I may have it bring up a search bar, but I'm not going to actually implement Algolia into it. And I do want to make this icon button a little smaller, as well as the icon itself. It's a little big for my taste. So we'll just reduce these down a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, so that looks good. So now we've got kind of a functional thing going on here. I do want to, let's see, now we need to go into, we need to expand that. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy this and go over here into this one and paste. So I don't have to rebuild all of that. But the query type will be different, obviously. So you have video saves, but that's not what's going to go here. It's actually going to be videos from users that are being followed. So let's do oops. Okay. And let's see. Can actually get rid of that. That's not necessary. So let me go back up here. Go to my page view query. And let's see. Yeah, it's not going to be the way that I want it. I don't think. That may work like that. We'll leave it like that for now and worry about it here in a little bit. Once we run some tests and whatnot, make sure that that's going to work correctly. Okay, so now we've got all this set up. So that's obviously a live button, our search button. We'll deal with those buttons later. It's our main feed that brings in all the videos just randomly, and then this brings in the videos that are presented by people that our authenticated user is following. And then all of our actions and everything should still be applicable. Nothing should have changed here. Yeah, all of that should be the same. So that should be good to go. Okay. That looks good there. All right, so I think that's it for this tutorial. We've got all the main stuff set up here. I guess I could take care of that little button real quick since I've got that set up now. So let's go ahead and do that. Add an action, and we're going to update document. Which we do want the users to know if they're followers, but we don't really want it by video. So, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So let's go ahead and take care of this real quick. So let's update the authenticated user reference, and let's go to users. Well, it should be users followed. We're going to add to set, and we're going to add. Let's go into the feed document and do the created by user reference. Add that. Make sure that it goes through correctly. And then let's set a conditional where the authenticated user, users followed, list contains item, the document created by, and we want that visible if the list does not contain that item. Okay, that should work there. Again, we do want to set up a followers list. I'm trying to decide if I want to. I guess I could do it this way and do it as a sub collection of users. And the question is whether I want to have a single document applied to all users, or if I want to create a document every time someone follows a user. I don't really know how I actually want to do that. I think for now, and I may end up changing this, but I'm just going to have it as one single document that is created when a user creates their account. Let's do it like that. We do need to have a reference point there to that followers collection. So let's do a backend query on the icon itself. And then maybe document from reference. Let's see. No, let's query collection followers. User's reference from variable is going to be this user. Well, let's stick it's created by reference here, and it'll be a single document. Document should exist, so we're just going to leave that off. Okay, let's confirm that, and then let's go into our action flow here and let's add an update to update that followers document. We'll reference followers reference, and then we will users following me, add to set, and we will add the authenticated user. And then at some point we can add in a push notification there if we want to, or some kind of notification. Okay, so that's good to go. I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right, so that's it for this tutorial. So in the next tutorial, we will cover setting up the live button, setting up search button, even though we're not actually going to set up Algolia, but we will have that set up to go to a page and kind of see how that works. We'll set up a user's public profile, so when you click on that, it'll take you there. Same thing with clicking their name down here. This button is set up. We'll set up comments. We'll set up a page for where you can view saves. And then obviously we'll set up our friends, our add video, our whatever button that's supposed to be. What was that? Sorry, I can't remember what that was supposed to be. Our inbox. That icon's kind of confusing. And then we'll set up our own personal profile to be able to edit. So, all right, that's it for now. Try and get another one out soon. Take it easy.